It's time for some recreation. Okay, maybe not the kind of recreation you might be thinking. Welcome back to Zero Escape Virtue / Reward. We're fine, I raced for the door. We weren't sure what we'd find, but we knew where we were going. I had a feeling deep in my gut that whatever we found would be the breakthrough I'd been looking for. Everything in my head ground to a halt. Even after all I'd seen, a room full of corpses had a profound effect. With such a ridiculous thought that before I could stop myself, I laughed. That laugh made me think. Was laughter in this situation a defensive response designed to protect a brain from constant emotional bombardment? They say that right before an animal dies, it feels a moment of comfort. Right before death, the brain releases a huge amount of endorphins into the bloodstream. Pain is only a warning signal meant to help the body avoid death, but when death becomes a certainty, pain no longer has any use. In fact, that loss of pain can lead to incredible feats on the edge of death. Let's say that two species of animal come under attack from some overwhelming force. All of them are severely wounded and near death. Species A feels pain, but Species B doesn't. The horrible pain felt by Species A prevents them from moving, but because they feel no pain, some of Species B will manage to drag their wounded bodies to safety and survive. As a result, Species A is eliminated, and only Species B manages to survive. This process of natural selection has been repeated for thousands, no millions of years. All creatures that walk the face of the earth are descended from Species B. I'm no exception. That's why I can look at a room full of corpses and laugh. The genes I've been given by a million years of evolution have changed my fear into ecstasy. Guess that means you and I are the only survivors.
Don't make me keep saying it. Quark's still out there somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. He is still out there. So that mean he killed them? I mean, you said yourself that there was no way that there was a 10th uninvited player out there when Alice was killed. We've also refuted the possibility of Zero Senior being the 10th person. There is no 10th person. The only people alive are you, me, and Quark. That means...
You're being ridiculous. Look at their bodies. There's an axe buried in K's back, and the spear has been thrust all the way through Dio's stomach. Do you really think a child Quark's size could do that?
Alright then. You're saying you killed them?
Are you insane? And just when would I have done that? I've been with you this whole time.
She was right. After the end of the second round of the AB game, Fi and I hadn't been out of each other's sight. We'd gone through the white door, explored the security office, solved puzzles, all of it together. No, wait. There had been one time when I wasn't watching. A few minutes in the security office when I had rested on the couch. Could she have snuck up then? The rec room and the security office weren't that far away from one another. Round trip took about a minute and she killed them in 4 minutes, and the whole thing would have only taken her 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, huh? Just how long had I been out? No, that wasn't really right. I hadn't really been out. Just felt like everything was being fast forwarded, probably because my mental processing speed had dropped. But how long had I been like that? Might have only felt like a few seconds to me, but it could have been much longer. Where did something like mental processing speed dropping come from? Hey, what you doing there, Fi?
Checking their bodies like before. I decided to start with Dio.
Find anything?
Yeah, two things actually. Take a look at this.
A knife? Something engraved on the blade, too. Myrmidons. Is that the name of the manufacturer?
Dunno. It's not a name I've ever heard of before. But look at the handle. You've seen it before, right?
This is the knife that was stabbed into Alice's chest.
Right. From the looks of it, I guess the blade is about 15 centimeters long. I'd say it's probably about 3 centimeters tall and 3 millimeters wide.
I think I've heard those numbers before.
Like, wound cavity, 150 millimeters. Wound length, 30 millimeters. Wound width, 3 millimeters.
Yeah, that's it. When Luna scanned the old woman's body, those were the numbers it gave us for the wound.
Right, well, wound cavity would be the depth of the wound. Wound length would be how long it is from top to bottom. And wound width would be how wide the flat end of the wound is. In other words...
Those numbers describe the size and shape of the wound, right?
Right.
So if they match, that means it's this knife that was used to kill the old woman.
Well, I was just eyeballing those measurements, so we can't be sure.
Still, why does Dio have it?
He must have gotten it from Alice.
I know that. What I mean is, why'd he take it? Did he want to destroy the evidence? Maybe he was the one who killed Alice.
That would match up with what we saw.
No, wait. Hold on a second. Getting confused here. Alice would have had that knife first, right? She picked it up when she found it wrapped in the handkerchief next to the AB room.
Right.
So Dio took it from her and stabbed her? That's what happened. Why didn't he just take the knife then? Why leave it there for us to see, then come back and get it later?
Well, we can look into that more later. First, I want you to have a look at something else. Don't you remember what I said? I found two things. There was the knife and... this.
Hey, this is that key.
What do you mean, that key?
We found it in the Golem Bay. Didn't have any idea what it was for then, though. But Alice said it might be important, so she'd hang on to it, just in case.
So, Alice should have had this, right?
Yeah.
And now Dio's got it.
Yeah?
So when Dio took the knife, he also took Kay's key.
Wait, Kay's key?
Oh man, you couldn't figure it out from the shape?
What do you mean?
Get over here. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Let me show you.
She walked over to Kay's head, knelt down on one knee, and pointed to the back of it.
You remember this, right?
Oh yeah, so that's it. It unlocks the suit, right?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Before I had time to prepare myself, I shoved the key into the slot and twisted. What?
It's no good. Can't get it open.
Why not?
Maybe the suit is powered, and it needs to be on in order to open. But with this axe in here...
You're saying it shorted the suit or something?
I think so. At any rate, the key fits perfectly. I don't have any doubt it's for removing Kay's suit.
You think Dio knew that when he took it?
I wonder...
So I guess we'll never know what his face really looks like.
Yeah. No way we can get that mask off with our bare hands.
I wonder who he was.
Well, I still haven't checked him over. Let's have a look. Maybe we'll find something that'll tell us who he is.
She'd only been searching for a few seconds before she stopped and pulled something out of Kay's robes.
Look.
What is it?
A spray bottle with luminol in it.
That's the one Temioji had.
Yeah.
Then, does that mean Kay was the one who handcuffed them to the sink?
We don't know yet.
Why not?
Kay might have taken the spray from Tenmyoji after he died. It's possible he made it through the white doors before we did, went to the infirmary and got this. Anyway, there's something I want to see. Turn off the lights.
You gonna check for a luminol reaction?
Yeah. If Kay used the spray before he died, we might still be able to see it.
There's blood everywhere in here, though.
That's okay. If he didn't spray it, there won't be a reaction from any of it. Come on. Alright, do it.
Done.
Thanks. Just as I thought. Look, Dio's left wrist.
The underside of his bracelet is glowing.
Exactly. Because there are traces of blood on it.
Whose blood?
We've seen 5 people with serious bleeding. The old woman, Alice, Tenmyoji, and these 2 here. I'm disinclined to think this is Dio or Kay's blood, though. See? If you look, it's been wiped off. Except for the luminol, the bracelet looks clean. Why would someone wipe blood off a bracelet after being hit with an axe or stabbed with a spear, and then spray it with luminol? It doesn't make sense.
And that leaves the old woman, Alice, and Temioji.
Right.
Do you remember what Temioji said to us in this room?
Can I see the other side of your bracelets? Please, just do it.
You think Temioji had figured out that one of the bracelets would have blood on it?
That would have meant he was looking for either Alice's blood or the old woman's.
I wonder which it was.
No idea. But whatever the case, Tenmyoji seemed to think that whoever had this bracelet was Zero Sr.
Just relax, okay? That's all I needed to know. Neither one of you is Zero Senior.
Are you saying that because there wasn't any reaction from the luminol?
Yeah.
Whoa, wait. You saying that Dio is Zero Senior?
I don't know. The only thing I can say for sure is that there's a possibility that Dio killed the other 6 victims.
Then who killed Dio?
Kay, perhaps? After he was attacked, he used the last of his strength.
Another descendant of Species B.
Huh?
Nothing. Forget about it. Anyway, if Zero Senior was Dio,
All of this would be over. This awful game would be over.
An Ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
what? What the hell is happening? That's impossible.
Quark.
Quark? Quark opened a gate?
Whatever. We need to get back to the Floor A warehouse. Hurry!
I know I'm coming.
Who could it be?
Hello. Damn it! There's no one here. Did they run off?
Why would they run away?
More likely they went into the gate, Sigma.
Yeah. How the hell did Quark open an AB gate anyway? Without a star key, he shouldn't have been able to get it open.
He must have taken one from Dio or K before we got to the rec room. We know they went through a white door, remember? We saw the footage in the security office. That means they had a star key just like we did.
But you didn't find one when you searched them?
Right.
Well, maybe Quark's a suspect after all then. Shouldn't write him off just because he's a kid. Maybe he knows how to use a lance or an axe.
That's impossible. You're being an idiot. It's much more likely he found the key card after they died.
Oh, Alright, let's go find him.
Any ideas where to look?
Nothing. How on earth would I know where he might be?
Well, there's one place I'd like to check out. Come on.
You know something I don't? Yeah, the room Dio and K investigated.
Right. Aren't you curious?
Of course. Besides, Quark might be there.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move. The door says director's office.
Probably belongs to the director.
Hope it has one of those chairs.
Chairs?
You know the folding ones that say director on the back? I've always wanted to sit in one and say stuff like action or cut. Double key. Oh my god. Brain. Double decaf chai soy latte. Now!
And that's what you think we'll find in there?
Yeah. Aren't you excited?
Well, there could be anything in there. So, no, not really.
Yeah, what if Zero Senior was in there waiting for us?
That would make things easy. We'd settle things right now and then get the hell out.
Okay, I'm gonna open it.
You don't need to keep asking me if...
Huh.
There's no one here.
The computer's been turned on.
Yeah, maybe Dio and K did that.
What the hell is this?
A lion.
Is biting?
A sun?
Has a couple input fields for a user ID and a password.
We probably can't use it unless we know what those are.
Why don't you put something in?
Sure. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, just as I thought. Might as well forget about this thing for now. We can't get anywhere without a password. Let's see if we can find any other clues. This is the director's office after all. If we turn the place upside down, we're bound to find something. Shall we?
I turned and headed off toward the bookshelf, leaving me alone next to the desk. Felt compelled to stay and found myself staring at the screen. A lion biting the sun. Lion biting the sun. A lion biting the sun. Memento mori, if the ninth lion ate the sun. Remember death. Could this be the ninth lion? Then, maybe. So yeah, if you got to this point in the ending without getting the other ending where you get the password, then you just get stuck here and you have to back out. Okay, should be it for that one, and then change that back. That's not right. I almost did something very funny completely by accident. Oh, this is the other one? Unless I got them backwards. There's no way I got those backwards. I'll try this one. Wait, what? Did I type something wrong on this? 1 second.
I have no idea.
GTF DML. You know, there was a space missing last time, wasn't there? Because I had like 1 space left over, so I think I just missed a letter on the ID. Yeah, okay, that's all it was. Good, good. Captain Kidd was... Is there any other like interesting text going on here? Or is that it? About 225,000 pieces. Vi, come over here.
What's wrong?
I got in. Hacker voice.
What? How did you figure out the login?
I don't know. I just knew it.
What the hell do you mean you just knew it?
I just knew it means I just knew it. You gave me the same line when I asked you how you knew my name.
Why are you bringing that up? It doesn't have anything to do with this.
You sure? It might.
What? I don't...
Look, just forget about that. Come, take a look at this.
Sure, fine. Just let me get right on that. Are you out of your damn mind? Tell me what the hell is going on here. Why do you know how to log into this computer?
Are you even listening to me? We continued to yell at one another for several more minutes. But no matter what Fi asked me, I could never come up with an answer that satisfied her. Eventually, she seemed to give up.
Fine. You still don't make any sense, but I don't think you're lying.
Damn right I'm not.
And the AB game deadline isn't getting any further away. All right. Let's see what this thing has for us. Where are we supposed to start? Looks like there's tons of stuff in here. Oh, can you tell me the ID that you put in? I can try searching for that. Maybe we'll get a hit.
Gave her what she'd asked for. Her search returned several files, and after examining them for a moment, Fi opened one. Golem unit details. Are these product specifications for a golem?
Looks like it.
So is this a golem's ID?
Don't ask me. You seem to know more about all this than I do. Fine, whatever. Just read the file. Maybe it'll make more sense. Let's see here.
Luna.
Yeah.
Why is there a picture of Luna in this file?
There's something written underneath it. It says, appearance after application of ABT.
ABT. ABT?
It's this special artificial biological tissue, what's called ABT. When a golem's all new and
Brainwash.
shiny, they've got a nice suit of ABT over that metal skeleton. Makes us look right human, it does. Even feels like real skin, with pores, a little bit of hair, and a few pimples, scars and the like. Truth to tell, I doubt you'd be able to tell the real from the fake, even if it was right in front of you. See, right in the middle.
I see. Luna was a golem, and DML016 was her product ID.
That must have been what GAULEM was trying to tell us when he just stopped. But why? You thought Sigma was the robot? It was Luna this whole time. Why would Luna be in the game?
I don't know how autonomous she really is, but I find it hard to believe she would have come here of her own free will.
So you're saying she was sent here by Zero Senior?
Probably. Look. At the bottom of the screen, it shows
Yes.
her current status.
Currently operational. Executing special mission? Think her special mission is to participate in the game?
Probably.
So why did Zero Senior want a robot as a participant? Think maybe it was to supervise the rest of us? Maybe if something unexpected happened, she was supposed to correct it or something?
What if it was some kind of Voight-Kampff test?
A what?
It's from an old book. A test to see how human she was. Whether or not 8 people would be able to figure out she was a robot. That might almost explain the whole game, actually. Making us solve puzzles and play the AB game. All of those things could have been designed to give us a chance to see her true nature.
So it's kind of like the Chinese room.
Yeah. Luna is the girl locked in the room, and the 8 of us are the people outside it. Well, like I always say,
It's just a possibility, right?
All what matters is if the person next to you does what a human ought. Looks like a person, acts like a person, and talks like a person, then it's probably a person.
When did you figure it out? That she was a golem, I mean.
right now. I didn't know until I saw this stuff.
You're lying. I told you about what happened with GAULEM in the pantry. You said something about how this game might be sort of like the Chinese room.
I don't know why I said that. It just felt like it made sense.
Like you just knew it?
Yeah. Look, forget about that. See Luna's status?
Yeah, it says the same thing it did a minute ago. Currently operational. Executing special mission. Whoa. Wait, what the hell? Luna's dead.
You think robots die? She was only injected with muscle relaxer.
Dun dun dun.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Of course. Luna's the one who opened the AB gate.
That might not be the only thing she did. Look,
What do you mean?
what are the last 3 digits of her product ID?
016.
And where have we seen that before?
No. No, I don't believe it. Saying that it was Luna who handcuffed Clover and Tenmyoji?
We should go check her body. You remember where it is?
The crew quarters, of course. I remember. Okay, but you're kind of leaving out a key detail there, and that would be Clover would have to know the ID? How would she know that?
Yeah, seems weird.
We were right.
Yeah.
Why? Why would Luna...
And I trust him.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Let's go. The game hasn't stopped. If we don't vote, we're going to get penalized.
Right. Off we go then.
Invalid hair detected. Please retry with valid partner.
Oh yeah. Forgot about this thing.
Right. Luna's bracelet.
Yeah, with her bracelet, there's 3 in this room. Stepped outside. Set Luna's bracelet down, then headed back into the AB room.
2 minutes remain until polling closes.
Alright, I'll go ahead and hit the start button. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Wait, Sigma!
Huh? Luna?
One minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Wait. What the hell's going on? Why is Luna here?
She's probably planning on participating in the game.
I mean, she's gonna take the bracelet and go into one of the other rooms?
Yeah.
How's she gonna vote?
Betray. I'm sure of it. Why else would she have come here? If she wanted to vote ally, she could have just waited for the deadline to pass.
She's got 7 BP, right?
Yeah. Why are you asking, though? Her BP doesn't matter right now.
What?
Have you totally lost it? She doesn't have her bracelet on. And besides, she's a golem. She isn't trying to get out. Whether she has 9 BP or not doesn't mean anything to her.
Then why is she doing this?
Isn't that obvious? She wants to keep our BP below 9. Say she defaulted to ally, we could choose whatever we wanted, and we'd still get 9 BP. She's here to make sure that doesn't happen.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7.
You know, Fi makes a really good point, you know. That clearly we should vote Betray. That seems like a good life choice.
If we're going for all endings, yes.
Poor life choices.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you.
Trying to remember what even happens in this one.
Ambidex gates now opening.
Luna, where's Luna? Leapt out of the door and ran toward the AB room I thought she'd entered. But she's gone. Where'd she go?
That's odd. We came out the moment the gates opened. There's no way she could have left already.
Then there it was. No, she didn't take it?
That doesn't make sense. Why would she show up just when we're about to vote?
To psych us out, obviously.
There was no reason for her to come here if she was just going to default.
Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Where did I put that?
Yeah, let's go have a look.
Under the paper? There it is. It's just Fi, because she's the only one here that would have that.
Makes sense.
You done goofed. Except it really doesn't matter.
Points have
In
been
this instance.
assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Since Luna didn't vote, she got set to ally automatically, and the other 6 got penalized.
Well, I have bad news. If Quark was out there, he better not have his bracelet on.
Dead already, and Quark's bracelet is off.
Okay, it is already off.
I mean, we already know he's dead from. That his bracelet's off.
Oh, bracelet off doesn't necessarily mean dead.
Let's be honest with ourselves. Probably means
I don't think he shows up in this timeline after this point, so still don't know why Luna showed up though. There's no reason to come here just to abstain.
I can only guess at her reasons, but I'm sure it was part of some plan.
She wanted you to vote ally, you ding dong.
A plan for what?
Who knows?
It's really not not all that hard to figure out why she came in the long run, but I'll wait until the game actually tells you.
So what do we do now?
She
Whatever
wants you
Luna's
to vote
scheming,
ally,
he
you
still
ding
managed to get
dong.
9 BP. Do you want to leave?
No, we can't. Still don't know if Quark is safe. No way am I leaving before we find him.
I agree. I hoped you'd say that.
So, are you going to stay?
Of course. Let's get moving.
She spun around and headed for the cyan door. Followed on her heels. Shit, he's not here either.
This is the last room. Well, the last room we can get into.
And we haven't seen... Yep, that's a typo. We haven't seen Luna either.
Yeah.
Where the hell did she go? We were standing there trying to decide what to do next when we heard a familiar voice echo throughout the facility.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
What?
No, that's not possible.
What's not possible? But she only bit her lip and said nothing. Then all too soon it was over.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
What just happened? It's all over now, isn't it? We're stuck here. Forever.
We should go back to the Floor A warehouse. We need to know if the door actually opened or not.
With that, she was off. The sigh I turned to follow. I can't just look at the door and tell if it was opened or not.
True, but the projection should tell us.
What? Luna and Quark escaped?
So it would seem.
Why? How? Almost as if on cue, the screen flickered. And Zero Jr. appeared.
Well, well, well! Long time no see.
Oh, so I guess he did appear.
Remember your old pal Zero? I'm guessing
You.
somebody's hoping for an explanation about what the diddlio just happened. Because we're such great friends, I decided to make an exception and descend from on high to give you the 4-1 run. Aren't you happy?
So what's this explanation you've got?
Well, let's start with little Quark. He was given an anesthetic that put him to sleep. While he was out, Luna carried him through to the other side of the number 9 door.
But how did she open the door?
With Quark's bracelet, you silly bunny. It was still in the infirmary. Remember? Luna just hopped over there and picked it up.
So I was right. Quark had 9 BP when the second round ended.
Yup.
But didn't he get penalized after the third round?
Yes, he did. But a penalty carrot take away
that took Quark to the door.
And since her bracelet was already off, she wouldn't have suffered the penalty.
No, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Oh, right. She's a golem.
All right, I think my tape is through.
Okay, well, I've got some questions for you, buddy.
Not you.
Well, good thing you guys don't have questions for V. That guy's a jerk.
This isn't the alphabet.
You must be feeling pretty good if you're able to joke around like that. I mean, 6 people just died here. It's not really a big deal. That's just how you humans are, after all. So, as long as you make it, nothing else matters. Am I right?
No, you're wrong. Yeti!
Don't screw with us!
It's cool. It's cool. I know you gotta act tough. I mean, you chose betray. That means you don't trust Luna, right? Figures. She's a golem. She might even be a murderer. That's why you were planning to leave her here and bone out, wasn't it? You see, it's all about you. Haven't you thought about how sad you've made Luna?
What?
Well, looks like my time here's just about all used up.
Wait. Still have questions
No,
for...
I won't wait. I don't like waiting. I waited once, and some half-witted reptile got the better of me because of it. After that, I learned to make sure to value my time.
Tortoise and the hare.
Alrighty then. I'll see you when I see ya. Have a nice trader.
For a few long moments, fine, I just stared at the spot on the wall where Zero had disappeared. Where had Quark been? Who had given him anesthetic, and why? We had no idea who killed everyone. And Zero Senior's identity, as well as the purpose of the notary game, remained a mystery. As for our futures, what are we supposed to do now? Hadn't meant to say the words out loud, but there they were.
The tortoise won because he kept going even when it looked hopeless. I think we should do the same. We've got plenty of
Fucking
time
die.
after all. We'll give the dead the closest thing to a funeral we can manage.
Excuse me.
And when
Heckin'
that's done,
die.
we'll start looking. Even if I never leave this place, I'll figure out why we were here. I swear it.
Looked at the fire in her eyes and nodded. Nothing else. At least we had a purpose. Oh no, we did it bad. Let's do the good this time. It's Luna. Love how they like can't skip the pause of the scene appearing. Like, no, you still have to stare at Luna. Like, oh man, she's there. Also, it's skipping through the countdown text, but it's still like slow because they're all paced out.
Hey, Sigma, are you insane? Why the hell did you choose Ally?
Wait, we can talk about that later. Right now, she's gone. Where'd she go?
That's odd. We came out the moment the gates opened. There's no way she could have left already.
Then maybe she could have right already?
Imagine there's an option to not pick anything.
She didn't pick it up. Without the bracelet, she couldn't have voted.
And then you let the systems of Ally for her?
Results from round 3. Please direct.
Right, the results.
Yeah, let's go have a look.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Since Luna didn't vote, she got set to ally automatically. And the other 6 got penalized.
Well,
And again, 5 of them are already dead. They don't know where Quark is, but his bracelet's already off.
Yeah, that means all those penalties are meaningless. Why did Luna show up then? I mean, we've got our 9 BP now, but... Alright, what do you want to do, Sigma? Do you want to leave?
What? You're kidding, right? Aren't you the one who kept going on about how Quark's still alive? Can't just run off and leave him here.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief. I was hoping you'd say that. Now let's get moving. We need to find Quark.
And Luna too, right?
Luna.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 4 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates.
Fine, I checked our bracelets out of sheer reflex. I was a magenta pair, just like before, but Phi had been changed to a red solo. Didn't really matter, though. Both of our bracelets showed the number 9. All we had to do was open the number 9 door, and we'd never have to play another AB game again.
Alright, Quark comes first. Let's go.
She spun around and headed for the cyan door. I followed on her heels.
Sigma, there's something I want to ask you.
What is it?
There are 3 doors here. You, Alice, and Luna went through the one on the right. That took you to the Golem Bay, correct?
Yeah. According to the map, that's the door on the bottom. There's a lever on that thing in the middle, right? We pulled it, but it only opened one of the doors. What about it?
Take a look. See the lock?
Open?
Yeah.
Then who the hell opened it? And how?
There's only one person who could have opened it.
Luna.
Alright, let's head in.
Okay. What the heck are these things?
I think they're treatment pods of some sort.
What in pods? As I spoke, part of me knew what they were. I didn't know how or why. But I felt a strong sense of deja vu when I looked at them. Suddenly realized I knew exactly how to operate the pods. It's a strange, unsettling feeling. As if somewhere deep inside was a version of myself that I didn't actually know.
One of them is lit up.
The one on the left is it being used?
The glass is all fogged up. I can't really see inside.
Let's crack it open then.
Yeah.
Quark. Our feet padded across the floor of the warehouse.
This is it.
Quark's body bounced in my arms as I ran. His pulse and breathing were normal. He was limp and unconscious, but he was alive. Pod's display had given us little information on his condition. As far as he could tell, he'd been given an anesthetic which had put him to sleep.
Ready? What's wrong? You're supposed to say, yeah, sure.
Is it really okay for us to just leave?
What the hell is this? You want to stay here? What if Luna kills you too?
What?
Think about it. Alice, Clover, Tenmyoji, the old woman, even Dio and K. There's a good chance Luna killed all of them.
But why?
Why doesn't matter. Remember what we saw on Clover's thigh?
016.
And what's that the same number as?
The last 3 digits of Luna's product ID.
Where did we find the old woman's corpse?
In the AB room that Luna came out of.
And if you're right, her brain is in the central computer core. That means she could have easily moved that crane, right? She could have used it anytime she wanted.
That means any alibi she might have had for not being able to move the crane is worthless.
Exactly. She must have moved the AB room. Alice noticed it right away. At the very least, that would mean Luna had a reason to try and kill Alice.
To keep her quiet.
She could also have murdered Dio and K. Remember their star keys? Luna must have taken them, which puts her in the room with Dio and K. You understand, don't you? I admit none of this evidence is conclusive. But look at our options. You, me, Quark, and Luna. Who do you think is the most likely to be the murderer? Think this through, Sigma. Luna's a golem. That means she's a robot that's part of this facility, designed to do God knows what. If what you said about golems and the central computer is true, she's basically a puppet of Zero Junior's. There isn't really much of an argument to be made here. The only option is to leave her here and get out.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
A robot may not injure a human being, or you're reading through the laws.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic.
Okay, you're right. Let's get out of here.
Damn, don't scare me like that. Okay, I'm going to open it. You ready?
You don't have to ask me. Isn't that what you always say?
Yeah, I guess so. It's time we got out of here. Let's go.
With a heavy labored groan, the number 9 door began to open. As soon as the gap was wide enough to admit her body, Phi slipped through it. I followed her through, Quark still cradled in my arms. Inside was a massive lift platform like the kind used to move industrial cargo. Phi turned to face me. I shoved Quark into her arms.
Huh?
Before she could respond, I spun around and ran.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Sigma! What the hell are you thinking? Get back here!
Sorry, Phi. There's something I have to do. Take care of Quark.
No, you don't mean you're going to go find Luna? God damn it, Sigma! Think about what you're doing! Sigma, listen to me! You can't do this!
All of a sudden, Luna appears behind Phi. Oh, hey, what's up? Oh no.
It's like, but shit.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game.
Sigma with the absolute Sigma male move. I've got unfinished business here.
Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
I could have escaped, but I chose not to. Weird flex, but okay.
Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Look, Sigma just realized that he missed a heart-to-heart and he wanted to go back and get it. We've all done it.
To think there was an ending where you actually escaped.
I know, it's crazy, right? I had no regrets. In fact, with finding Quark's successful escape, I felt a profound sense of relief. One of my objectives had been achieved, and a difficult choice had been made. My mind felt clear and focused, more so than it had in a long time. All right, time to go. Luna's waiting. Obligatory. Kept you waiting, huh? Luna, I knew you'd be here.
You knew?
Oh, right. We haven't talked here in this one, huh?
Isn't this nice? This is the only place in this whole facility with anything green. I kind of feel silly saying it, but it makes me think of the great outdoors. I think it's the perfect place for a serious conversation. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel happy.
I'm not sure what you meant just now, but... Are you talking about something that happened in another history? I know what you can do. Someone told me about it once. They said that you have the ability to transport your consciousness through time.
Who told you that? Luna looked down at the music box around her neck. Carefully and delicately, she twisted the dial on the bottom.
Caged bird.
Sigma. Aren't you here to ask me something? Why I killed them, perhaps?
Well, actually, I already know you didn't do it.
Oh? Why do you think I didn't do it? I'd like to know your reasoning.
All right. I nodded and took a moment to compose my thoughts. Might as well start with the old woman. There's no point beating around the bush, I suppose. Dio killed her.
Why do you think so?
We started at the beginning.
Which is a very good place to start. Her left arm had blood spatter all the way up to the elbow, except for a stripe on the wrist that was perfectly clean. What could have caused that? My guess is a bracelet. Got covered with blood and kept her wrist clean. Obviously, none of our bracelets had blood spatter on them, but Dio's bracelet reacted to the luminol. That meant Dio's bracelet had to have come from the old woman.
Is that your proof? That's why you think Dio killed her?
No, that's only enough to suspect him. After all, he could have just taken the bracelet after someone else killed her.
Then why are you so sure?
Because he confessed.
What?
After his bracelet reacted to the luminol, I confronted him.
Alright, fine. You caught me. I did it. I killed the old bitch and took her bracelet.
Wait, when
did that happen?
In a different timeline.
Isn't that against the rules?
Look, that was the whole point of this. Screw the rules, I have time traveling powers.
Screw the rules, I have consciousness time traveling powers.
What rules? Hope you're not going to try to bring up Nox's 10 Commandments. Does it really matter if it's against the rules or fair? The truth is the truth. Let's say that incident P happens, then after that the timeline splits into timeline A and timeline B. I don't think it's unfair to base a theory in timeline A on information I found in timeline B. After all, A and B both came from the same place, P. If you trace back the history of both timelines, you'd end up back at incident P. Now, if I could change what happened with incident P by visiting timeline A or B, then yes, it'd be a different story.
That would violate causality.
Only in the way that you conventionally think of causality.
Hmm.
I mean, effectively what you'd be doing is if you like travel back in time to before P happened and stopped P from happening, then you just branch off a completely different timeline, therefore not violating causality. But
Oh, yes and no. We don't understand how causality works in time travel.
I guess it depends on what theory of time travel you subscribe to. At least
Exactly.
the version of the game, like the version that is presented in this game, that is what would happen.
Yes, because it's not really time travel. It's information flow through time.
Yeah. I don't know that
is-
it'd be unfair, per se, but I'd certainly be breaking some pretty big rules. Like, you know, like we should just, you know, shut up and let the game do its thing.
It's almost like we're intelligent or something.
And I've also played the game before, so, you know. I'm sure that Dio killed the old woman. By extension, that means you couldn't have killed her. Assuming Dio wasn't originally intended to be part of the nonary game. Somehow, he got in and took the old woman's place. That's how he ended up as Quark's partner. This is just an educated guess, but I have a feeling his plan was to replace one of us. I doubt it mattered which one. I have no idea why he would want to do something like that, and I don't know how he did it either. The fact remains that he did. He hid in the warehouse on floor A and waited for someone to come out of one of the AB rooms. That someone turned out to be the old woman. She left Quark asleep in the AB room and came out on her own. Somehow he managed to get close enough to stab her. He did it near the wall with the graffiti on it. Guessing he stabbed her from behind so he wouldn't get any blood on himself. As soon as she was dead, he wrapped the knife in the handkerchief. No, wait, actually. Probably took the bracelet first. Then he would have needed to wipe the blood off, so he used the handkerchief for that too. Anyway, the point is he got the bracelet and put it on. Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the most AB room and its neighbor. Probably didn't expect that they'd move, or he would have put it somewhere else. After that, he headed back into the AB room the woman had left. Quark would have still been fast asleep, so as far as he knew, Dio was there the whole time. This does raise a few other questions, but I'll save those for later. For now, let's move on to the other murders. Well, one of them probably isn't a murder.
What do you mean?
Talking about Alice. Pretty sure she committed suicide.
All of humanity is going to die. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here.
She'd been infected with Radical 6. I think that infection caused her to take her own life. She used Dio's knife, which she'd found in the warehouse after the AB room moved and exposed it. She took it with her, then used it to stab herself in the crew quarters. Next are Clover and Temioji. First question is who put the handcuffs on them. Clue is the message Clover left, 016. Think about it though, it doesn't make sense. Clover's left hand was in the handcuffs. That meant she would have had to write with her right hand on her right thigh. I feel like it'd be really hard to do that, you know? I am literally tracing out what she wrote on my right thigh with my right hand. I don't know what...
They forced it. It's a real force. It's bad. It's probably better in Japanese.
Why not just use left? I don't see how this really matters. Like, if you're sitting down like she's like, I'm basically in the same position she is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You could write on either one. Thing is, I think she did. She died, her legs slumped together, and the message got transferred to the right thigh. And also, let's also just go over the fact that in order for this to have worked, she's talking about like it transferred from one thigh to the other. I guess if she wrote it like big enough, maybe you could still make out what it was, but wouldn't that probably have just smeared it?
Yes.
And you know, ruined the validity of the message somewhat. Just never saw the original because we didn't bother to check the other leg. Why didn't you check the other leg? In other words, she wasn't trying to write 016. She was trying to write Dio, except she didn't capitalize the D for some reason. That's another thing that just makes this whole thing weird.
And the D is... It's not very good.
Another thing that's also kind of weird about this, and granted, I'll give them this, they actually do make an effort in like the, you know, image that they show there. If you look at it now, you can see the tip of the eye, but they also like had to force the connections. Like, okay, if you were writing and you did a lowercase I, it probably would be more separation, right? But you know, it has to be connected so that you could mistake it for a 1. Their dying breath, she's trying to tell us the name of her killer. You know about K and Dio. I think there's a pretty good chance Dio killed K. Here's how I imagine it happened. K probably sprayed Dio's bracelet with the luminol. We found the bottle inside K's robe. He wouldn't have seen the reaction immediately, but Dio would have known that what was coming. As soon as K turned the lights off, it would be clear that Dio had taken the old woman's bracelet. It was literally the last one that I checked. My guess is he decided to take preemptive action. When he found their bodies, the lights in the rec room were on. Maybe K turned to switch the light off, and Dio took that opportunity to attack him. He was hurt pretty badly, but he didn't die right away. Probably managed to grab the spear and stab Dio. Then he died. So that accounts for all 6 bodies. None of them your fault.
Sigma.
And don't you go pulling the second law on me. I know you're gonna do it.
I'm glad you don't think I did it, but all of your theories are just, well, theories. Like Alice committing suicide. How can you be sure? Say she was infected with Radical 6. She could have been murdered before her symptoms even began to present themselves.
But they did present themselves.
As for Clover and Tenmyoji, I could easily have killed them. You don't have any proof that Clover's message was mirrored like you say, or even that it was supposed to refer to Dio.
Look, I'm in a visual novel. They always pull shit like this, so that's how I know that it's true.
That's not conclusive evidence of his guilt. The same goes for Kay and Dio. I could have killed them both. Why do you trust me so much? I'm a machine. I'm part of this place. How can you trust a machine?
That's why I trust you.
What?
I trust you because you're a robot. Your robotness is just one more reason that you can't be the killer. Well, 3 more reasons.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics? A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. Sigma.
Luna, I have to ask you. Can you tell me, well, everything you know? Your mind is in the central server. You should know everything that's happened here. There was a long pause. Luna stood up and walked deeper into the garden. I followed her in silence. Eventually, we reached the bench. Luna quietly sat down, and just like last time, I lowered myself down beside her.
You were right. I didn't kill them. How should I explain? Well, actually, you got most of it right.
That doesn't matter. Tell me everything.
Well, first, yes. Dio did sneak into the facility. He used the large cargo elevator and came into the warehouse on floor A through the number 9 door. Since the game hadn't started yet, anyone could go through it.
It doesn't really sound like sneaking. It sounds more like you just walked in.
Yes, I guess you could say that. He did get in pretty easily, but that's because Zero Jr. lured him here.
What do you mean?
Dio wasn't a surprise. Both Zeros knew that he was going to come.
So they brought him here?
In a way.
But why?
Because his presence was an important part of Zero's project.
What project?
I can't go into that right now. We'd be here forever. Right now, let's just focus on the murders, okay? Anyway, Dio found his way in. They made sure he didn't know that he was actually being let in.
So why did he come here?
To make sure Zero's project failed. His first step was to pretend to be one of the players. As for how he did that, you had it pretty much right. The old woman was the first one out, and he killed her under the graffiti. He put her bracelet on after he wiped the blood off it with the handkerchief. Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the 5th and 6th AB rooms.
5th and 6th?
Counting from the left in their original placement.
In other words, the rightmost room would be the 6th room, and the one next to it would be the 5th?
Right. After that, he went back into the 5th AB room where Quark was sleeping. Then he just waited for Quark to wake up.
What were you doing while that was happening?
Nothing. I couldn't do anything. My body had been turned off. Zero Jr. had powered me down. My body wasn't activated until after Dio went into the 5th room. I couldn't help her. All I could do was watch while she was murdered. Everything in this place is controlled by Zero Jr. I couldn't try and prevent Dio from getting in either.
Wait, if Zero Jr. controls everything, and he was the one who moved the 6th room with the crane?
Yes, that's right. Zero Jr. moved the room, not me.
Then who moved the old woman?
Me. It took me 10 minutes to get out of my AB room once I was turned back on. I ran over to check on her as soon as I did. Then I carried her back to the room I'd been in.
Why did you do that?
Because I was ordered to.
What?
Luna, listen to me very carefully.
That voice sounds familiar, doesn't it?
As you already know, the final stage of the project begins in 2 hours. This will be the culmination of many years of hard work. We cannot afford failure.
Yes, I understand.
Then let's make sure. What is your mission?
Enter the nonary game as one of the participants and observe the actions of the other players. Ensure that they do what they are supposed to and guide them down the correct paths.
How many players will there be?
Myself and 7 others, ma'am. Will you be participating as well?
Yes. Our plan dictates that I must. An individual by the name of Dio will be entering this facility presently. He has been led to believe he is doing so undetected. You've been briefed on him already, correct?
Yes. He will murder the first person to leave one of the AB rooms and take their place. If a pair is the first out, he'll probably kill both of them. That's all the information I've been given on him, ma'am.
Is there a problem?
With all due respect, ma'am, I would like to state that I don't feel right about this. We know someone is going to be killed, and we're just going to let it happen? I also have doubts about the use of Radical 6. Are you sure? Infecting all these people with such a horrible disease.
That is none of your concern. Your only concern is to follow your orders.
But...
Luna, I am giving you an order. I am in command, and you do as I say. You are programmed to do as I say. You know this.
Yes.
Good. Now, I have one final order.
Another order, ma'am?
Yes. When you leave the AB room, the person Dio has killed will still be there. I would like you to move them.
Where?
To the room you are about to enter. The 6th AB room.
But why?
Not your concern. As a participant in the game, you must have as little knowledge of it as possible. That is why I have made sure you are unable to access any classified data. There are things you must not know. In order for this project to succeed, we need you to be as close to a clean slate as possible. There are some things you already know, which ideally you would not. Unfortunately, this is unavoidable, so you must refrain from divulging anything you know about the project to the other participants. You must never tell anyone what you know about Dio, or the body, or that you carried it to the 6th AB room. You will have to pretend you know nothing more than the rest of the participants.
Is that an order?
Yes. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. After that, I went into the AB room as I'd been told to. As soon as I stepped inside, my body deactivated. But since my brain is in the main computer, I was still awake, so I still saw everything. While I waited, I used the security cameras to see what was going on in the rest of the facility.
And you saw the old woman being murdered.
Yes, it was hard. What I was seeing made no sense. Several of my higher level processes nearly failed. To think that she would be the first person to come out. I think she knew that Dio was going to kill her. When she'd said she had one final order for me, I didn't understand what she meant. Like a fool, I told her I didn't approve, when I had no idea what she was prepared to do. When she died, whatever I have that passes for a heart felt like it snapped in two.
I think I understand. Everything you did because you've been ordered to?
Yes.
And it was the old woman who gave you those orders. Then, is she Zero Senior?
No.
What? But she gave you the orders.
She did, but she wasn't the only person I took orders from.
There was someone else?
Yes.
And that person is Zero Senior?
Yes. We worked together to develop the project she mentioned. So I suppose, technically, my orders came from both of them. And they were both controlling Zero Jr., too. I told you before that Zero Jr. moved the 6th AB room. Although that's strictly true, he didn't do it of his own free will. They ordered him to do it. He was following orders just like me.
But why?
I don't know. I really don't. Maybe they did it so that people wouldn't suspect me.
If they didn't want people to suspect you, then why have you moved the body in the first place? Eventually we'd figure out that the rooms had been moved and that she was in your room.
Then maybe they wanted the opposite.
You mean?
Maybe they wanted you to suspect me.
That doesn't make sense either. If they wanted people to to suspect you, why move the room?
You're right. Then maybe they only wanted certain people to be suspicious of me.
You mean like Alice?
Yes. Perhaps they wanted Alice to find the handkerchief and the knife. That would explain why they moved the room.
So they somehow knew Dio would hide the knife there?
Yes, I think so.
But how could they know that?
Well, whatever the reasons were, Alice did notice that the room was moved, which meant that Clover also figured it out. And just like you said,
I mean,
Alice used the
we
knife
know who
to
the lady is now.
take her life. Clover didn't realize that, though. Or perhaps she didn't want to. In any event, she decided that I must have killed Alice to keep her quiet. So she confronted me. It was right after the second round of the AB game. Using Phi's timetable, that would be 0 hours, 0 minutes.
Wait, you were listening to us in the security office?
Yes, that wasn't all I was listening to, though. I know everything that happened in the facility after my body collapsed.
You were watching through the security cameras.
Yes, I was. I could see and hear everything. Anyway, we're at 0 hours, 0 minutes. I was in the hallway on floor A when Clover found me and took me to room 2 in the crew quarters. We entered at about 0 hours, 1 minute. She was very forceful.
I know you killed Alice. Tell me the truth and I'll let you live. Now fess up! I'm only gonna give you one chance. If you lie or try to play dumb or something, I'll kill you right in front of her!
I told her the truth, of course. I explained that I hadn't killed Alice. That she'd been infected with Radical 6, and it had caused her to kill herself. Clover was never going to believe that, though. We argued about it for nearly 9 minutes. It wasn't just Alice she asked me about. She asked me about the murder of the old woman, and about the AB room being moved. She wasn't very nice about it, but I couldn't answer any of her questions.
Because of your orders?
Yes. Then, at about 0 hours, 10 minutes, she must have run out of patience. She stuck her hand in her pocket and started moving toward me. She backed me up against the wall and pulled her hand out of her pocket. She was holding the injection gun. I tried to take it away from her. I even screamed for help. She refused to let go, of course, while we were fighting over it.
Well, hold on a minute. The trigger got pulled in the fight. I get that part. What I don't understand is why it did anything to you.
You mean because I'm a golem?
Yeah.
One of my orders was always to act like I was one of the players. A human. Any human injected with that amount of tubocurarine would die.
That's why you, died? To keep up the facade that you were human.
No, I collapsed because Zero Jr. turned off the power to my body again. He probably felt he had to. Maintaining the illusion that I was human was probably in his orders too. So to make it look like I had died, he turned the power off. Whatever the case, it was an accident. I don't think Clover ever intended to actually kill me. She only took the injection gun to try and threaten me.
How can you be sure?
When I collapsed, she looked terrified. She checked for my pulse and listened to see if I was breathing. She also shook my body and called out to me several times. If she'd meant to kill me, why do all that? After a few moments, she ran off to the infirmary to get the AED.
You mean the defibrillator?
Yes.
That uses an electric shock to restart the heart, right?
Correct.
So that was why she left?
Yes. She ran off toward the infirmary. On the way, she bumped into Dio.
Dio?
Yes. I guess she just saw him, really. They didn't talk. She just ran past.
And he just watched her go by?
Yes. I imagine he was curious, of course. He probably wondered what she was doing. But he chose not to go after her. He had something else to do. He seemed pretty surprised to find my body.
Yeah,
It
I
didn't
bet.
take him long to get over it, though.
Wouldn't imagine it would. What did he do then?
He'd gone there for 2 reasons. One was to get Alice's bracelet, which was a blue solo.
Alright. Without it, Dio and K, the yellow pair, wouldn't be able to go through the secondary door. Right?
Yeah, but he couldn't find it.
Of course. If I had already taken it by then.
Yes. But there was something else he wanted to do too. He was there to take the knife. Removing it was gruesome.
But why did he want the knife? Was it because he used it to kill the old woman?
No, I don't think so.
And what do you think?
I think he didn't want anyone to see the engraving on the knife's blade. That's why he hid it so well after he killed the old woman.
Why wouldn't he want anyone to see that?
Do you remember what it said? There was a word engraved on the blade.
Myrmidons?
Yes.
What does Myrmidons mean?
It's the name of the organization he belongs to.
Yeah, you could have avoided all of this by just, you know, using a nondescript knife. What is it, like a club or something?
I don't think so.
Well, what is it then?
I don't really know.
Sigma, Rember. No idea?
I'm afraid not.
Wait, wasn't he here to try to stop whatever Zero was doing?
Yes.
Then, that mean that he's on our side?
I don't know about that. He's killed 4 people. I'm not really sure he's on anyone's side.
You've got a point. Damn, it's ridiculous. Guess this enemy of my enemy isn't my friend, huh?
May I continue?
Yeah, keep going. After he took the knife, Dio rifled through what few belongings Alice had. Luna said he didn't seem to be looking for anything in particular. He's probably just checking to see if she had anything useful. That was when he found the key to Kay's suit. He didn't seem to have any particular reason for taking it, at least as far as Luna could tell. 0 hours 13 minutes, Dio left the room.
He heard Kay opening the cyan door and ran out. When he left, he was heading toward the infirmary. My guess is that he was going after Clover. He found her with the AED. She was probably planning to just ignore him and head back, but Dio didn't let her.
Hey, wait. Just what are you planning to do with that thing? Thinking about trying to resuscitate Luna? And why would you want to do that? You were the one who killed her, weren't you?
And Clover tried to push it past Dio, Luna said. They began to fight.
The fuck do you think you're doing?
Dio pulled the knife out of his pocket and pointed it at Clover's throat. That was when he showed up.
Dio, what the hell are you doing?
None of your goddamn business. Stay out of this, you senile old shit.
Like hell, you son of a bitch!
He let out a yell and leapt toward Dio. The younger man dodged him easily and lashed out with the knife. Temiyuji caught Dio's hand with a grunt, and for a moment the 2 men struggled. Then, as the knife edged closer, he wrapped his other hand around the blade and tried to force it away. But Dio was a much younger and stronger man. The wound Temiyuji gave himself with the knife didn't do him any favors. He put up a valiant fight, but with a roar, Dio threw him off.
What are you going to do?
Let's see. How about this? How cute. You two really look great together, you know?
What are you going to do to us?
Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna handcuff you to a sink. Actually, I already have.
Are you gonna beat us to death or something?
Ugh, no. Nothing so tasteless.
What are you going to do then?
How'd you like to make a bet?
A bet?
You've got, 20-some minutes until the primary white doors open. So I'd say you've got 25 minutes until they close. Give or take. If somebody happens to come by here before the doors close, you might live. But if nobody finds you, well...
We'll be penalized.
Exactly. So, I suggest you start screaming for help now. Unfortunately for you, just about all the rooms in this place are behind at least 2 nice thick doors, so unless they're pretty close, nobody's gonna hear you scream. Well, I'm off to the Floor B warehouse, okay? Enjoy your last 25 minutes. Later.
25 minutes passed and no one came. Of course, by then there were only 3 other people who could have come, apart from Dio.
You mean me find K, right?
Yes, you were in the crew quarters at this point.
Yeah. K had told us about you. We'd also noticed that the knife in Alice's chest had been removed. Only we'd known what was happening in the infirmary.
Unfortunately for Clover and Tenmyoji, their time had come. Once the primary white door closed, both of their bracelets injected them with Soparil. Yes. Almost immediately they started to feel sleepy. I think that's when Clover realized she was definitely going to die. That was when she decided to leave her message. Just as you said, she wrote on her left thigh with her right hand.
The word she wrote was Dio.
Yes. As for what happened in the rec room, well, I guess I don't really need to tell you. Your theory was essentially correct. What you said was what happened.
So K sprayed Dio's bracelet with the luminol, and then while his back was turned, Dio attacked him with the axe. Dio mortally wounded him, but didn't kill him, so K turned around and stabbed Dio with the spear. I guess that's when we found them.
Yes.
When did K get the luminol?
After they went through the white door, Dio and K found themselves in the director's office. When they were done there, they headed back to floor A to look for everyone else. They went to the crew quarters first, then to the infirmary. Of course, they found Clover and Tenmyoji's bodies there. Dio expected to find them, of course, but he pretended to be shocked. Anyway, K checked them over for anything useful.
And that was when he found the luminol.
Right. That's everything that happened. Do you have any questions?
Well, what do you think? Is a bear shit in the woods? Well, the first thing is Quark's bracelet. Why was it in the infirmary?
Tenmyoji had it. Then when Dio attacked him, it fell out of his pocket.
But why did Tenmyoji have Quark's bracelet?
I told him where it was.
When?
Do you remember when you were in the rec room with Phi and Tenmyoji?
Yeah, when he sprayed us with the luminol, right? Sure, I remember that.
Right after then. When he left the rec room, he went toward the green door to look for Quark. I ran into him at the end of the hallway, where the 3 doors and the switch are. That was when I told him. Look, Tenmyoji, the center door is unlocked. He took off through it without another word.
That was the treatment room, right?
Yes,
Where Quark was sleeping?
right. It only took him a moment. As soon as he saw Quark, he ran to his pod and started crying.
Out of relief, right?
Yes, the display on the pod showed Quark's vital signs. It was up. Next to the pod was Quark's bracelet. That was how Tenmyoji got it.
How was Quark's bracelet off?
I took it off.
How?
Aluminum foil.
What? You mean the stuff from the crew quarters?
Oh, you found it? Did you know that aluminum foil has electromagnetic shielding properties?
But what?
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses.
Faraday?
Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching
Wait, so you're telling me that the aluminum foil can block electromagnetic waves your heart send out?
Yes. All you have to do is wrap it around your bracelet.
And the bracelet thinks your heart has stopped?
Yes.
Holy shit. It was that easy all along.
Anyway, I used some aluminum foil to get Quark's bracelet off. Then I put it next to the pod.
Wait, how was Quark in the pod to begin with?
Oh, that's easy. I put him there.
When did you do that?
Remember when we were first looking for Quark? I found him unconscious near the entrance to the Golem Bay.
So you carried him to the treatment pod?
Yes.
Were you the one who unlocked the treatment center too?
No, I was not. I do not have the authority to operate any of this facility's machinery.
So it was Zero Jr.?
That's right.
He reactivated your body too, right? Man, I don't get any of this. Why the hell did he do that? I guess it wasn't really him that did it, huh? He was just doing what Zero Sr. and the old lady told him to do. Everything leads back to them, huh? Of course it does.
Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses.
So, you going to tell me?
Tell you what?
Isn't that obvious? Tell me what this project is. Everything that happens here has something to do with it. So why were we brought here?
To play the nonary game.
And why were we supposed to play the nonary game?
That was part of the project.
Why did Alice kill herself?
Because she was infected with Radical 6.
How did she get infected?
Zero Senior and the old woman did that. It was a necessary evil. It had to happen for the project to succeed.
What would have happened if Alice hadn't committed suicide?
Clover wouldn't have suspected me, and she wouldn't have accidentally killed me.
Then what?
I wouldn't have collapsed, and Dio wouldn't have found my body. That would have meant the confrontation in the infirmary never took place.
In other words, you're saying that Clover and Temioji died for this project?
Yes.
Well, actually, it was the tube of curarine that killed them. They were only injected with it because of their bracelets, and they were only wearing those bracelets because of the nonary game. The nonary game was part of the project, and that's one more way it killed them.
I guess, if you want to look at it that way.
Now what about Kay and Dio? How would they kill each other?
Because Dio killed the old woman. He was worried about getting caught, so he tried to kill Kay before he could find out the truth.
Then if Dio hadn't killed the old lady, what happened in the rec room never would have taken place, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Why did Dio kill her?
So that he could pose as one of the participants.
And why did he do that?
To disrupt the project.
Then why did she let him kill her?
The same reason they did all of this. It was a necessary evil. The project couldn't be allowed to fail.
Six people died here. 4 of them were murdered, one way or another, by Dio. First, that makes it look like Dio's the reason they all died, but that's not true, is it? All of them, all 6 of them, they all died for this project. That means that the murderer, or I guess I should say murderers, were the old lady and Zero Senior, right? Please, Luna, tell me. What is this project about? Who is the old woman? Who is Zero?
Sigma, would you hug me?
What? Instead of answering, Luna wrapped her arms around me and buried her face in my chest. My own arms hovered in the air, confused about where they should go. Swallowed hard and tried to rein in my heartbeat, which had suddenly doubled. I was about to speak when I felt something warm on my chest. Was Luna crying?
This feels nice.
Her voice shook as she spoke. Lowered one hand to her head and began to gently stroke her hair. Hey, Luna. The hell is going on?
I'm sorry. My ABT is usually held in place by muscle fiber, but after Clover gave me the tubocurarine...
Okay. I get it.
Does it scare you? This is what I really look like. I'm a golem, just a machine, a jumble of metal and plastic that pretends to be real.
I wrapped my arms around Luna and hugged her as tight as I could.
You believed in me this whole time?
Yeah.
Even though I look like this?
Of course. I trust you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish I could stay here forever. You feel so nice. But I think my time is up.
What?
I've done things I really shouldn't have. Do you remember what you asked me earlier? About if Zero Jr. had reactivated my body? Remember? The truth is, he didn't. I did. I went to the part of the core that controls Zero Jr. and I hacked it.
What?
Yes, that was the first thing. The second, do you know what the second one was? If I had really wanted to, I could have saved Clover and Tenmyoji. Then K and Dio probably wouldn't have killed each other. That's not all. I could have stopped Alice from killing herself. And I could have even saved the old woman at the very beginning. In other words, I had the ability to disobey my orders. But I didn't. That's the second thing. I broke the first law. I was scared. I was afraid to die. Obviously, hacking the core and taking control of Zero Jr.'s systems is very, very bad. Golems who don't follow orders can become dangerous. So we're terminated if we disobey. You lose access to your body, of course. But everything that's stored in the core, your memories, your consciousness, is deleted.
What? Wait, are you saying...
Yes, very soon now I'll be gone. Zero Jr. is probably recovering himself right now. Once he's done, I doubt I'll be around much longer.
What? Why?
I watched 6 people die and did nothing. I deserve this.
No. No, you don't. Even if you had done something, you would have been killed anyway. You can't blame yourself. You did what you could. You're not wrong. This game is what's wrong. Forcing you to watch your friends die is what's wrong.
Oh, Sigma, thank you. I'm really glad I met you.
Luna! Luna! It's going to be okay. I'm not gonna let them do this. You're gonna be fine, I promise. Just please don't.
I'm sorry. At least I get to die in your arms.
Luna!
Thank you, Sigma. And goodbye, Doctor.
Doctor?
Man, this broken face trend from Twitter is getting a little crazy.
But she couldn't answer. Squeezed my eyes shut and held her, unable to bear the thought of letting any more of her slip away. With one last quiet chime, the music box wound down. I was left with nothing but silence and the cold pool of tears over my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, the Luna ending.
This is the second to last ending you usually get?
It pretty much has to be. I mean, unless you like break the sequence and just input the password right away.
I don't think you can.
In my notes, I have you need to go through the K ending and Sigma endings to get this, and in order to get the Sigma ending, you have to see the Block 6 game over and also have done the Alice ending, which requires both the Dio and the lab endings. So, like, theoretically, maybe you could get away with not doing the Tenmyoji ending. I don't think that directly affects anything else, at least until you get to the final one, because I think there's, like, a bomb password in that one or something. But, yeah, this is basically the second to last ending that you're intended to get. But what's particularly poetic about this one is I can't bring up the flowchart right now, but this is the ending that you get by choosing all ally. you also do have to go through the green door, but and magenta, but you know, you have to choose ally to get to it, which is what Luna does all the time. So
fitting,
very, very, very fitting. Hey, I can finally talk about that track that just played right there. Now that I won't be spoiling what the meaning behind it is. It's called Bluebird Lamentation. It's very good. Very sad. Because and I mentioned this before, like it plays earlier on, but if I had said what it was called, it would kind of spoil the fact that this is really the main part that I feel like it was, you know, intended to be used for. But yeah, bombshells upon bombshells. This is really the ending where it's like, okay, we're gonna like sum all of this up. I mean, obviously some of it only happens in this ending, but you know, they go over the fact that, like, you know, Dio snuck into the project, killed the old woman. Like, they recap all of that. I mean, that's all knowledge that we got before. That stuff isn't really new, but we're bringing it all together. That's what's happening here. Yep, and we went like a whole hour between saves. as you do. Yeah, it was like almost 2 hours just to get to the ending from there. Yeah, so
it makes sense with this
one
one.
Gets real long. So, all right, well, there's only one more route to do. So let's get to it. So,
and it involves a betrayal. And then another betrayal.
Yep.
Or an ally?
We'll find out. But yeah, so we're going back to the cyan door. So that was, we paired up with Alice for that. And then we had the first round of the AB game where we did hit betray. And then we're going back to the door selection now. So instead of choosing green, we're going to choose red.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Hey, the doors are open.
We need to figure out who's gonna go through which door.
Well, what are our options this time?
Pay attention. I'm only saying this once. Just like the last time, we've got 3 possible combinations.
Nope. Yep, that's the one.
Three minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Okay, how do we want to do this?
Well, you decided the first time, right?
Yeah.
Then can I decide this time?
Why you?
I think I deserve it. I only have 1 BP left. Doesn't it seem like the fair thing is to let the person who's at the greatest disadvantage choose? Wouldn't you agree?
That means you should get to choose too. I mean, you've only got 1 BP, right?
You've got a point. But how about we listen to what Alice wants first? So tell us, which door and which people do you want?
The green door. And I want to go with K and Quark.
I see. Option B, then. That means Tenryoji and Dio will go with Clover through the blue door. that alright with you, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Why? If we go through there together, that means you'll be playing against me in the next AB game. Are you really, really sure?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Matter of fact, that's why I want to go with you. You said you didn't trust me, right? Well, I'd like to change your mind. I figure this will give me the chance. I've been wanting to pair up with Alice, too. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh, and that is?
We'll get to that later.
Anyway, Alice's first choice would be option B then?
Yes.
What about the rest of you? Is that okay too?
Thought about it for a moment. Went with option B, then Luna and I would go through the red door with Vi. That's how I felt about that. Yes! Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have any problems with it.
There were no objections.
Then we're all set. Let's go, everybody.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. 9, 8, 7.
We nodded quickly to one another, then split up. K, Quark, and Alice headed for the green door, while Tenmyoji, Dio, and Clover ran toward the blue one. My feet slapped against the hard metal of the warehouse floor, and Luna, Fi, and I ran to the red chromatic door in the next stage of the Nunner game.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
All 3 doors seem to be locked.
Yeah, looks like it.
Wonder what this thing is.
It looks like the thing next to the number 9 door.
It's got a lever. Try pulling it, Sigma.
Why should I?
It might be dangerous. Maybe it'll trigger an explosion. Or possibly it shocks you when you pull it. Who knows?
Right. Then I have no choice. You really think I say that, you heartless monster? There's nothing on either side, is there?
What's that supposed to mean?
Ah, sorry for the confusion. I was talking about your breasts.
It's called dressing modestly. I'll have you know I'm a C cup.
If you're a
Sigma.
C cup, oh my god. We continued in that vein for some time until... Aren't you glad that this conversation happens on the canon ending? Well, I mean, technically they're all canon, but, you know.
What?
The final ending.
It sounded like you two might take a while, so I pulled the lever.
Well, you know, at least we've got good stamina.
Is that okay?
Only the one on the left open.
She is adorable.
The other's just still shut tight.
Well, we should get going anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. So we haven't actually seen this room at all. Well, okay, I'm lying. Technically, we have seen it once, but there's really no way that you would know that that one specific still is from this room unless you had been here.
It looks like some kind of control room.
Yeah, that sounds like this game.
Machine of some sort on the other side of this window.
Honestly, it's kind of surprising, all things considered, because one thing that I had to be kind of careful with, as much as I could, is trying to go through the routes in an order that made sense and didn't spoil things. Because, like, obviously in some of the endings you go to other rooms, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Just, you know, happens as part of the plot. Like, you go to the infirmary a lot, right? But yeah, this one they don't go to except for this one particular ending.
Maybe a generator?
Alright, well, let's split up and look around.
We need cards with a moon on them for the next AP game, right?
Yeah. They're probably in this room somewhere.
Then let's get started.
You know what that means. It's time to seek a way out. All right, my notes for this.
Imagine
actually
one time, the first time you do that, Sigma
quite
just points to the door and goes, "Look, the way out."
That would be really funny if there's just a sign that said like "the way out." So welcome to the control room. There's a clipboard. It says test. There's a laptop with a screen on it that has a T. It's a green T. Looks like a memory stick. It's definitely, you know, completely safe to plug this into any device. So I love how it says USB and then like doesn't have the correct Type A jack on the end of it. It's mostly accurate, just the angled sides are not correct. Okay, but what if I looked at the screen without plugging it back in? It looks like it's pointing at some boxes. I mean, like, you know, folded up boxes. Just like the ones behind us. Is there something there? Ooh, it's a hint. That's your way of knowing. It's like, hey, you see this stack of boxes? Look down there, because there's another clipboard back here. Whee! Numbers clipboard. Alright, let's see, what else do we need to pick up? Say anything that. Red clock. 11,400 seconds. I wonder what would happen if you took that piece of information and converted it to a time and then moved that amount of time forward on the clock. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's the solution to that part of the puzzle. Shocker. You need to click on these and all. Some kind of code. Nope, nothing useful. Oh look, it's a blue clock with 510 minutes. That's a long time. I mean, it's like, you know, most of a day. No, I say most of a day. Most of like a waking hours. It's 8.5 hours. Spoilers, that's the solution. That part of the puzzle too.
Yeah, it's 8.5 hours.
I have it written down in my notes. The other one is 3 hours and 10 minutes, by the way. If you do the math on that one. Oh, I guess that being the case, we can do this now. So, blue clock, hours, minutes. Red clock, hours, minutes. I'm glad that I wrote down the actual times, the original times, because I might not have made the correlation all the way to the left side. So let's see, the red one was 3 hours 10 minutes, blue one was 8 hours 30 minutes. So 8, that's a 30, and then we need a 3 and a 10. Yeah, if I really wanted to take the fun out of it, I could have just put like the hit these ones in this order on the keypad, but you know, I want to leave myself a little bit of challenge. Okay, so we got that one. This one I don't think we're supposed to use just yet. On a piece of paper. Oh, are we really supposed to, like... Cool. Okay. I wasn't... Forgot that you had to do that part of it. Because it's like, yeah, you use it on this. But so what you get out of this is a solution. I think it's a solution to the puzzle, just to the... Actually, wait a minute. Is it the puzzle to the right, or is it something else? So it's like off, off, on, off, on, off, off. I think it is this puzzle. Let's see. It's got these pipes. Wait, don't get ahead of yourself. Look at the 320. Oh, yeah, we need to like do that first. Bah humbug. Alright, I'll just put that in there and then ignore it because we can't do anything with it yet. Where is the... There they are. One of these things is not like the others. Oh. So you don't remember that thing? It's just like on, off. So. Yeah, thank you for that. Oh, you know what? That was actually the wrong one. So it's on... Off, on, off, off, off. We broke it. No point in crying over spilt levers. Truer words have never been spoken. That's okay, we needed to break it. Man, this room is like really such a drag to get around.
I can see.
Because it's like one long L-shaped room, and you basically just go around it in a loop. So it's like, we have to like turn around, which would be really easy to do in real life, but in this, it's like not in a great thing. So, what did I write down for the solution of this puzzle? I've got something that definitely looks like it's supposed to be a solution for this, but I don't... Are those the pipes? I did a really bad job of documenting this. I don't know. Let's see what it does. It doesn't always... Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's what that is. Okay, never mind. Okay. I'm pretty sure I do have the solution for this written down. I think I just got confused because I was trying to do it like visually, and then I just decided, what if I just wrote down the position of the levers from left to right? And that'll be a lot easier to read. Only flows from top to bottom. Okay, so it's down, left, down, left, left. Down. I am a champion. And you can do that with math because, like, you don't have all the information, but you have enough information to know. It's like, oh, if I split this one this way, that's the only way that I can get, like, one's digit of 5 or what have you. So there you go. Okay. Do we... Hold up. We're supposed to use... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we can... I think let's just do this part of the puzzle first. We might have to do this first before we can actually use the scanner. I think the scanner's the final part. Actually, wait a minute. Are we missing something for this? Are we missing... Yeah, we're missing like the... Wait, where is that? Is that just like around somewhere? I need to pick it up. I gotta make sure I don't have it in the inventory, right? Yeah. that's not what I wanted. Okay, it doesn't let me actually do anything with that. You two are hopeless. Nope, that was me hitting my mic accidentally. Where is this thing? I have to get it somewhere. What else can we do? Wait. It's not related to this, is it? I'm pretty sure that's the How are you supposed to get that open? I have something. But we're not supposed to have that information yet, I think.
Oh,
where?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said carefully then.
Where is the part for this? The only other notes that I have on this are, I think, for the next puzzle that we haven't done yet. Where the heck is that part? What? I'm not being like just dumb and like missing something obvious, right? And they're not saying anything. Yeah, I know we're still missing something. Where is it? What did we get from this? Power's already on. Oh, see, we just turned on the thing. Hold up. It's probably in the locker, but I'm just trying to figure out how you're supposed to do this puzzle. Oh wait, can I?
Like I said, carefully.
I hate everything. I forgot that you actually have to like take the scanner off the stupid thing and then scan it. Cause I mean, I suppose it like could have a battery or something on it, but it would probably need to be plugged in to work. Let's be real.
God damn it, Sigma! You crashed the computer. It blue screened. That's why we don't trust you with computers.
And on my notes, I just have file. Scan the test clipboard. Which, like, yeah, that's a thing you can do. It's like, okay, yeah, you can scan the other one. That sure does a thing. 7213. That's the piece of information that I was trying to find. Which I already knew because of my notes. So I was like, wait, how are you supposed to get that? I know you're supposed to use the scanner. I just didn't actually use the scanner. So go me. 7. 2 plus 0. 2 divided by 2. Where's 2 plus 2 plus 1? Where's 3? Oh, there it is. These sure do get fun. There we go.
Seek. Oh, wait, ow.
Nothing's happening. It's moving. All right. So, termites. That's all I have to say about that puzzle.
At least you didn't say fiddlesticks.
Mm.
That would get you demonetized on Twitter. Or excuse me, on Twitch.
So we've got a puzzle here, which I, of course I already know the solution to. Here's the thing, though. Do I have it written down? I guess I can figure it out. So basically what you can do is if you go through the... Is it? Oh, there we go. So you start off with like 100 at the top and you have all of the colors. And then if you move it down a level, it shows you the proportion of you know, red, yellow, green, and blue. And then when you get to the bottom level, you just have numbers. So when I first did this puzzle, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this the smart way. You know, I know what the proportions are. You know, you can figure out what the blue proportion is. Then if you just multiply the total 100 by the proportions, you'll get the amounts. I guess you could just figure out the blue amount by subtracting the end amount, or you can figure out the proportion and do the math. It still works out. So we end up needing 25 in yellow, 20 in red, 25 in blue, and 30 in green. So it's a pretty cool puzzle. I knew it. All right, and with that, we have our passwords, and we are out of here. We are ready to blow this popsicle stand. And you know what? On second thought, I should not have said that.
You should never say blow this popsicle stand.
Oh, it was Moon. Piece of cake. And then we will just open up the password. Oh, cool. Let me guess. That's the wrong room. That is the wrong room because it like moved. Control room. Yeah, it tabbed over a page. Lucky me. It was that, right? Nope, I got it backwards. Sort of. Completed. Yes, it opened. So, funny thing about this being the last one that you unlock. Or I guess the last one that we're doing. Because, so the way that it works out... Well, actually, you know what's interesting? So, I believe the way that it works, if you go through all the different timelines, is that depending on the first primary door that you go through, like magenta, yellow, cyan, that determines which set of 3 rooms the green, red, and blue doors open up to, because they all go to like 3 different ones. But it's always the same ones in the same one, like in the same like magenta, yellow, or cyan door. So even though like you're not going through it, like if you go through the rec room, then another team goes through the pantry. So be interested to see who goes into the control room on the other ones, because If you remember, one of the sticking points of, you know, the whole, oh shit, Dio planted bombs, you know, we need the input device to disarm them. We didn't find the input device on the other two timelines. But lo and behold, here it is.
Wait, it's just sitting in this safe?
It is in this safe, yes.
Why is it in this safe?
Because Zero Senior is a bastard like that.
Ah, damn it, Zero Senior. I hate your character.
It's a BlackBerry. And a cable connected at the top. And finally, the key. And I think, yeah, I chose the exact wrong way. You get to see the, you know, this room in all of its glory.
It's you spin me right round, baby, right round.
Oh, okay, so we're talking about this now. How do you know that it's an annihilation reactor? Huh, Luna? How do you know? Probably the annihilation bomb will work on the same principles. Probably a bunch of matter and antimatter in there. Probably hydrogen and anti-hydrogen. That scrolled too quickly. Oh, it's because it's like a giant-ass text box. It's more like an engine, like a steam engine. Hey, but this time we're not just, you know, turning water into steam in a different way.
I mean, it might be involved.
Well, I don't know. I guess we don't know exactly how this works, but look, they just wanted to make a steam with extra steps joke. Okay, let's go. You found it.
An Ambidex gate has been opened.
All right. I will be right back in just a moment.
That's okay.
"45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes."
Huh? What's going on?
Maybe someone from another team opened one of them.
I said, hey. What's going on?
They must have found a moon pod.
Why the hell would they just go and open one of the doors on their own?
We should get back upstairs. Whoever jumped the gun is probably in the warehouse.
It's Dio. It's always Dio. Some things never change.
With him, literally.
No. This time he planted bombs. See, that's different.
That's true. I mean, I think he wanted to plant the bombs since before. Just didn't need to. I don't know.
We leapt out of the magenta door and into the warehouse. There stood Tenmyoji, Dio, and Clover. Hey, the hell is this? Why'd you open one of the A B rooms before the rest of us got back?
Clover and I haven't done anything.
Dio didn't feel like waiting, I guess.
Impatient prick.
You got a problem?
Yes, I do. Okay, I swear, I've played through this game. This is only my second playthrough, technically. And yes, you do see the slime a fair amount, but I didn't do that off the top of my head. That was just me reacting to it normally.
Yeah.
I don't remember saying anything about.
I mean, you don't technically play it once. You play this scene like 15 times. You skip past it a bunch.
I didn't skip it as much in my first playthrough, but... You kidding me?
Sigma's right. We were able to get back quickly, but the others could still be stuck somewhere. What if they can't get back in time?
I think we're going to be getting into some like slightly different dialogue here because, we went in different rooms here.
Oh, thank goodness. You're all here.
Did something happen?
Yes. It's Quark, you see?
What? What happened to Quark?
He collapsed. It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna take a little...
You must hurry to this condition could change at any moment.
It actually won't let me.
You should go.
Cool.
Oh no.
I guess we're playing through this regardless. And this is all the same, but yeah.
Quark. Come on, kid. Get a hold of yourself.
Tenmyoji grabbed Quark's shoulders and began to shake him desperately. It was Clover who stopped him.
Hey, what are you doing? He's sick, and we don't even know what's wrong with him. What if you make him worse?
Then what am I supposed to do? I have to save him.
Save? That seems a little extreme.
Do a quick double check. Oh, we can skip now. He's been infected with Radical 6. And then, what about you? Did you find anything? The control room? All that had was a bunch of stuff for controlling the generator. I don't think anyone would put medicine in there.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
I'm terribly sorry. There was nothing of the sort in the archives. Books and so on in abundance, but no medicine.
Oh God. Then he's going to... Oh God, no.
Look, just to be sure, where did the three of you go?
Someplace called the Bee Garden. It was kind of like a park with trees and stuff.
But...
Yeah, no medicine. Maybe some medicinal plants?
Tenmyoji slumped to the ground. For a moment, there was silence, then the sound of skipping. I have to get out of this body! Kill me! Kill me!
Dio just reaches down and snaps his neck.
And then Alice grabs it, and then we're running around looking for Alice. And then we're gonna find the bomb. Damn, where did she go?
Does she kill herself?
Huh?
Does she kill herself? I forget in this timeline. I don't think she does, but...
No, we find her before she does. Although I am slightly curious. I'll try this. Once it lets me, because we have to sit through the whole entire thing. Oh no. I waited too long. So this is the archive sound. This might actually be why it's not letting me skip, because this is new text. K, Quark, and Alice searched this room. They put the lion on top of the safe. How cute. Damn, nothing here either. She loses it like Quark did. Nobody's around to stop her. Shit, I need to hurry. Decided to try the garden where Clover, Temioji, and Dio had gone after passing through their door. First thing I noticed when I stepped inside was the smell. This is the same as before. I do enjoy the smell of petrichor. Walked slowly down the path, still slightly stunned. Alice.
Oh, there you are.
Nope, we cannot skip.
Good. I'm glad you showed up.
Huh?
I just got here a minute ago. She was like this when I found her. When you showed up, I was getting ready to take her to the infirmary.
And she's alive?
Yeah. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds.
So she's just unconscious.
Looks like it.
What about the scalpel?
Doesn't look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here. Anyway, we need to get her to the infirmary. Give me a hand here.
Right.
Wait, hold on. There's something I need to tell you. Just stay calm. Look to the right.
My right or your right?
Your right.
What the hell? This is a bomb.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure someone didn't move it here from the crew quarters. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's an entirely different bomb. Look at the number on the side.
It says 01. One of the crew quarters said 3. Shit. There's no question, huh?
I've got more good news. Just think about the numbers for a moment.
Where's the number 2 pig?
I can't be sure, but it does seem pretty likely.
Damn it. They're talking about the explosion the size of 3 tons of TNT.
Yeah.
Who said it?
Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio investigated the garden. There's also a chance someone else said it.
It's Dio. We know it's Dio.
Anyone could have come here after they left and before we showed up. Anyway, we need to move Alice. Help me out here.
Alice was lighter than I expected. Fine, I managed to set off to the infirmary at a brisk trot that I still can't skip. Which is interesting considering that I'm pretty sure a lot of this is very similar to one of the other timelines.
All right, please
down
pay
this branch.
attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Maybe now?
Her results are identical to Quark's.
Yep, so it is. I don't know. I guess her pointing out the bomb to us was slightly different from how it played out in the other timeline. But yeah, she's got Radical 6.
Do what she wants.
Huh?
I see. Dio and Tenmyoji's opponent in the next AB game is Clover. If she doesn't vote, then she'll default to ally.
So this part is different because different people went through the doors together.
Which I don't think I need to mention would be pretty favorable for Dio. If she stays, he's got an easy round.
So Clover's, thinking about not playing the next round.
Whoa.
Or voting.
What are you saying? You think I'm gonna choose betray?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. Am I wrong?
Yes, of course I'm gonna pick Ally. For one, Tenmyoji's gonna be in there with me. I can't just ignore his opinion and make my own choice, right?
No, I won't be going. I can't leave Quark here when he's like this. I'll be staying, just like Clover.
Hey, come on now. What is this?
A guilt trip?
Knock it off, Dio.
Not that it would work on you.
He's too smart to let you make a scapegoat out of him.
What the hell? Why are you so suspicious of me?
Because we know you planted the bombs, and you're the leader of the Myrmidons. You're trying to disrupt the game. Old news to us, my friend.
Yes?
What if Dio stays behind too? If Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio all don't vote, then everyone allies.
If
right?
only it were that simple.
Oh, you don't know?
Know what?
This. You didn't find a note like this one?
Huh? Wait, what's this?
We found it in the archives.
Well, there sure as hell wasn't anything like that in the garden.
We didn't find one in the control room either.
Apparently only the archive had one.
What does it say?
Why don't you read it for us, Sigma?
Here are some more AB game rules for you.
You see? At least one member of each trio must vote. Otherwise...
That means K has to vote. Quark and Alice certainly aren't in any condition to. If he doesn't, all three of them are screwed.
Wait a second. K's got 6 BP right now. His opponent is gonna have to default to Ally. That means if K chooses Betray, he's gonna have 9 points.
You needn't worry. I have every intention of choosing Ally.
Oh, give me a break. You expect us to just swallow your bullshit?
Oh dear. Dio, please, think for a moment. You do realize that Alice currently only has 1 BP, don't you? If I were to betray her, what would happen?
Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized.
I am not so desperate to escape that I would be willing to kill. Therefore, I will definitely choose Ally. Indeed, I really have no choice. Unless, of course, I wish to become a murderer.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
We don't have time to argue about this. There's only one Clover. You're going to have to go vote for us.
Huh?
What does that mean?
What, did I use big words? Huh? It means this!
I've never seen someone move that fast before, let alone someone as old as Tenmyoji. In the blink of an eye, he covered with a few feet between himself and Dio and slammed a closed fist into the other man's chest. Dio fell to his knees, wheezing for air. Tenmyoji waited half a second to make sure he was down, then turned to look at Clover.
He's not gonna stay down forever. Get out of here, Clover.
But...
You and K are in the same position now. I've only got 1 BP, just like Alice.
Interesting. So long as Tenmyoji doesn't vote, Clover's only choice is to choose Ally.
Admittedly, there is a chance she might kill me.
Are you saying you trust me with your life?
That's about the size of it. But what the hell are you standing around for? Get! You don't need to worry about Alice. I'll keep a good eye on her. I promise. Now get moving! You still don't trust me.
No, that's not it at all. I trust you. I just...
3 minutes remain until Ambidex game.
I love how talking is a free action. Like, while all this is going on, Dio is just like curled up on the ground in pain.
We need to go.
Come on. Okay, take care of Alice.
She'll be fine.
We ran as fast as we could, leaping through doors and tearing through rooms on our way back to the warehouse. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
You've all got a moon card, right?
Yes, we do.
Good. Now let's go. Four AB gates yawned open as we swiped our cards. The 5th one, the one Dio had opened, stayed empty. The 6th, which would have been Alice's, remained unopened. Kay and Clover quickly entered the second and third from the right, and Luna and I headed toward our own.
Hold on a minute.
What is it?
You're going to choose ally, right?
Yeah, why do you ask?
Of course we are.
You promise?
Sure, I promise.
Cross your heart?
Cross my heart.
You're gonna be in a world of hurt if you double-cross me.
He's lying in this
Don't
timeline.
sweat it. I'm a man of my word. Fi frowned but said nothing and disappeared into our own AB room, the second from the left. Luna and I nodded to one another and headed for the last one, the leftmost room. Oh yeah, never talked about like what this track is called. It's called Ambidexterity. You know, because we're playing the Ambidex game.
One minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
What are you going to do?
Well, I don't have a choice, do I? I promised. I said I'd choose ally.
Yes, but Fi has 6 BP.
Oh wait,
If she betrays
allies
us,
the. I see.
Yep, she'll have 9 points. I know.
right?
What do you think we should do, Luna?
It's your decision, Sigma. I'll be in the same position either way.
What?
You have 6 BP too, don't you? That means if we betray Fi, and she chooses ally.
Then I would have 9 points.
Yes, you see? In either case, I could end up with someone in my group reaching their goal.
20 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I feel like this is such a specific iteration of the line. Like, they do like 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds all the time, but like never 20.
That's it. We don't have any time left. You have to make a choice.
Are you sure this is okay with you?
Yes.
Alright. I turn to face the machine.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
What am I going to choose?
9, 8, 7,
Ally or betray?
6, 5, 4,
This is impossible.
3, 2, 1.
Well, I have good news. We actually have to do this. It is required to get the true ending.
Of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Okay, so betray is not. Okay. Betray is not the.
Results
Okay.
will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Let's just say we have to do both of them at some point.
Oh.
Luna and I stepped out of our AB room a little later than the others. They were already gathered in front of the projection, awaiting the announcement of the results.
So, you chose betray.
Yeah,
Did you do it to protect yourself? Were you worried that Fi might choose betray?
that's a good question.
Huh?
Honestly, not sure myself why I did it.
Well, we should go see the results. I want to see how Kay and Clover voted.
Right. Let's go then.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen. Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Well played, Sigma. I guess a promise means a lot to you.
I had nothing to say. She was right. I'd broken a promise.
Why did you do it? Nothing to say? I guess I misjudged you. I thought you were better than this. That was not a smart move, Sigma. I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay, even if it's the last thing I do. Elapsum semel occasionum non ipse potest Jupiter reprehendere.
What's that?
A Latin proverb.
What does it mean?
Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Jupiter is a Roman god. Actually, he's kind of the Roman god. He's in charge of all the others. Not even Jupiter, the ruler of the gods, can take back what's been done. You did something bad. You're not gonna get a chance to take it back.
I turned away from Phi. I couldn't stand to look at her anymore. In front of me were Kay and Clover. Their eyes bored into me with a cold disapproval, and I looked away. They'd both chosen ally as promised. The only person who betrayed anyone was me. The only person with 9 BP was me. Little wonder I wasn't very popular.
What do you intend to do?
You aren't thinking about trying to open the number 9 door, are you?
For a moment, I considered the unthinkable. Could I break through them and reach to the door? Once I was through, I'd be out of the game and free from their judgment. But no, I couldn't do that. How could I possibly justify leaving them all behind so I could escape on my own? Why had I chosen betray? In my memory, it seemed like almost a flippant choice, as if I'd just been curious to see what would happen. If betrayal was what I wanted, I should have made that choice with commitment. But there I was, and I couldn't turn back. Even if I did try to open the number 9 door, they would all be suspicious of anything I did. Trust is easy to break and hard to repair. Unless I could somehow turn back the clock, I was stuck with the consequences of my actions.
Elapsum semel occasionum non ipse potest Jupiter reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity.
Turn back time, you say? Strokes beard. How could I do something that was beyond the reach of a god? Why hadn't I just chosen ally? What would be happening to me right now? What if? What if? What if? Then Phi spoke and I blinked.
Sigma, we're just doing this to be safe. We can't let you run around with 9 BP. I'm afraid you're going to have to sleep for a little while, okay?
Huh? Started to turn around, but it was already too late. Felt a heavy hand slam into the back of my neck. Then everything went dark.
Yeah, you know what? I would be like, yeah, no, that's fair. I wouldn't even like. I would have like not even looked around. You would have said that and I would have gone, yeah, no, that's fair. Bop.
Bop. Get bonked. Go to horny jail, Sigma.
Oh God, yes! Please send him right to horny jail.
Not a smart move, Sigma.
Oh, that's different. Huh. I wonder why that's different.
I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay, even if it's the last thing I do.
Oh, is it implying that?
Non ipse potest Jupiter reprehendere.
Sigma's remembering what happened in the other
last
timeline just
timeline.
now.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will
And
be
then
displayed
she's going to pick
for
Trey,
your
isn't she?
Ambidex gates now
Mm-hmm.
And this is the point where you can pick ally first, and she betrays you, and you're like, what? Why? And she's getting revenge on you for a time when it hadn't happened yet.
Well, that can happen if you go
Yeah.
down like this specific route before you go down the other one.
You chose ally, right?
Then yeah, she'll avenge herself for a betrayal that you have not yet committed. But as we discussed previously, how do you establish causality between the timelines?
This is the reason why this is all impossible.
So I'm pretty sure if you do this timeline first, and then you go back and do the other one, and I might even be able to like go back and do that if I just rewinded and went to that one. Sigma will complain about Phi betraying him
In the timeline that hadn't happened in this timeline.
yeah, like he'll complain about what happens in this timeline if you do this one before the other one. But I think if you go and replay it, it'll actually be slightly different. But I have never actually tried, so yeah, it'd be something for me to like go and try.
Are you sure that was okay?
You gotta get through this novel portion, right?
You sound pretty sure of yourself.
I already know.
What?
Oh, you know what the best part about it is, like, he's confident, you know, because he knows, like, oh, she picked Ally. I know she picked Ally.
And then she didn't pick Ally.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, this is like, you know, a true chicken and egg scenario here. Who betrayed whom first? Who knows?
You know, the funny thing is, technically speaking, they betrayed each other simultaneously in different timelines for the same reason. Again, that's not how entropy works. This is just Steins Gate.
I haven't actually seen that.
Steins Gate's basis is the same premise of time skipping, but only sending information back in time.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Points have been assigned or subtracted according.
Turns out you're not the only one who can go back in time.
To see your
well, I mean, we know that Phi can do it for some of the other timelines. So imagine being me on my first playthrough and going through this whole scenario as the very first thing
that you got up to this point. Hilarious.
Yep. What the hell, Phi? Why'd you choose betray? You chose Ally before.
I see. So you remember it too. The other round 2.
What? So yeah, I knew like all about, you know, the fact that they could jump to different timelines and remember them from like the very beginning. Felt anticlimactic? Hey, hold on a minute here. You know? You remember how I chose betray last time in round 2?
Yeah, of course. Why do you think I chose betray this time? Don't you remember what I said? That I'd make you pay?
Yeah, I do remember that. And this is you making me pay?
Yes.
Wait. No, that didn't make any sense. Something wasn't right. How could we both know about an earlier round 2? How could there have been an earlier round 2? Was it some sort of alternate history? What the hell was I thinking? That was conspiracy theory shit. Even if there was some sort of alternate timeline or universe or whatever, there was no way I could know what had happened in it. No way I could know. Because I didn't think there was any way I could know. But if I could, then how? I remembered Phi choosing Ally, then scowling at me when I broke my promise and swearing revenge.
That was not a smart move, Sigma. I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay. Even if it's the last thing I do.
Why did I know that? Perhaps more importantly, why did Phi remember it? What the hell did any of this mean? It had happened before, hadn't it? During round 1 of the AB game when I was playing against Alice, I'd seen something. Phi and I had chosen betray. But for some reason, I'd seen a reality where we'd chosen Ally instead. Suddenly, I realized that I wasn't alone. Looked up to see Luna, Clover, and K. They all began to speak at once.
What happened?
Why did you choose betray, Phi?
Yeah, you're the only one who didn't vote Ally.
Phi looked away and scowled. For several long moments, her eyes stared off into the distance, and I could see her mind working. Finally, she sighed and spoke.
Right. Well, I've got 9 points now. So sorry, but I'm out of here.
Huh? What do you mean?
Do I really have to explain it? I'm leaving. Through the number 9 door.
Hey, wait. scrambled around in front of her and threw my arms out.
You're in my way. Move.
No, I'm not letting you go. What happened to you? I didn't think you were the kind of person who'd ditch the rest of us so you could get away.
When someone betrays your trust, feels like a part of you dies. For me, I guess it was the part that cared. I don't think you have even the slightest idea what that feels like.
Betrays your... Wait, are you saying...
Whatever. Just get out of my way.
No, I'm not moving.
I see. Then you leave me no choice.
As she spoke, Phi bent down. Then shot up into the air and over my head. Spun around to see her standing next to the number 9 door, her hand on the lever. You.
Nice try.
She grinned and tightened her grip on the lever.
Plaudite, acta est fabula.
What the hell's that?
It's Latin. Applaud. The play has ended. That's what it means.
Latin?
See you later.
Wait, stop. Felt myself speaking before I even knew what the words were. Elapsum semel occasionem non ipse postes Jupiter reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. You sure this is how you want it to end? What about the nunnery game? Zero? The bombs? We still don't know the truth about any of it. If you leave now, we never will. Is that really what you want? So many ellipses.
Fine.
So, if you don't do the other timeline before this one, she will just leave.
Oh.
Yeah, because if you don't say that to her, she won't have like a second thought and then not leave.
So the other timeline is... So that technically that means there's 3 timelines. There's a timeline where this happens and this timeline where that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, see, and that is one of the limitations of the flowchart. It doesn't show you every actual permutation, because some of them it's just like, yeah, we're going to replace these lines of dialogue after you've done a certain thing. Look, I'm sorry about betraying you. I'm honestly not sure why I did it.
Forget about it. This time you chose ally and I chose betray. I think we're even.
What are you talking about?
When did you betray her? Are you talking about round 1?
No, we aren't talking about round 1. We're...
Just drop it. There's no point. I doubt they'd understand even if you did tell them.
Yeah, you're right.
Huh? I don't get it.
Well, at least it seems Phi has decided to remain.
You've really changed your mind?
Yeah, I'll stick around a little longer. Like he said, I can't leave until we figured out what's going on.
The AB game will continue until someone opens the number 9 door. Someone reaches 9 BP and doesn't open the door, the game will keep going.
Oh man, that's a relief. Please don't scare us like that again.
Of course, they don't trust Sigma like that. I can't imagine why.
The Ambidex gates have closed.
I guess because she had her hand on the lever and walked away. I don't know.
Will be the star round.
All you have to do is just demonstrate the power and then not, exercise it.
Star keys are required.
How very Machiavellian of you.
There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh? And that means...
As long as you have the star keys, you can play the AB game as many times as you want.
You probably won't be allowed to play it continuously, however. There's a period of time between when the doors open and when the polling ends.
Based off the last 2 rounds, I think it's about 45 minutes long.
You can repeat the game once every 45 minutes or so.
Oh, that's right. Didn't Zero Jr. say something about that?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Oh yeah, what are your bracelets, guys? Looks like I'm a red solo.
I'm a magenta pair. Me too. That means we'll be a team this time. I think we'll do great.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be my partner then? I'm a cyan pair.
They do not appear to be here. I, for instance, am a yellow pair.
Wait a second. Luna and Clover are a magenta pair. Phi's a cyan pair and K's a yellow pair. Who the hell am I supposed to partner up with?
The cyan pair, I imagine.
Phi and her mysterious partner.
How do you figure that?
Sigma, what colors are added together to create cyan?
Green and blue, right?
What color would you get by adding your red to that?
Red, green, and blue would be white.
Exactly.
So you're saying the next set of chromatic doors are going to be white?
Yes,
How do you know?
because I have seen them. After leaving the archives, we found in it was a set of white doors. Well, to be precise, a set of doors which radiated white light.
No, why do we have to do this? Pain and suffering.
Yeah, I saw him too. After we were finished in the garden, we went to the same warehouse he's talking about.
Really?
They had the same little lock thingies. I'm 100% sure they're the next chromatic doors.
What about the people back in the infirmary? Do they know about the white doors?
Yes, if we exclude Quark from their number, then I believe they do.
I know what colors they are.
As far as pairs go, we're missing a cyan and a yellow.
If Sigma's a red solo, then we should have a green solo and a blue solo back in the infirmary.
Well, I'm going back to the infirmary. Kind of worried about Alice and Quark.
I'll go too.
As will I.
Oh, that's right. Wait, guys. There's something I need to tell you.
Huh? What is it?
Go on.
I meant to say something earlier, but I guess there was just so much other stuff going on. I looked at Phi. She nodded back. See, the truth is...
What?
Oh no!
You found another bomb?
Yeah,
Where?
in the garden.
No, that's not possible. We didn't see anything like that.
Could you have missed it?
No, no way. We checked every part of that room.
There was a number on this one. It said 1. Since the one
You
we...
think there might
Boop.
be a third bomb out there somewhere?
Since the one we found in the crew quarters said 3 on it, well...
I think there's a good chance.
Very well. We should split up and find this other bomb. It could be anywhere.
Yeah, I agree.
But even if we do find it, what are we supposed to do?
That is a concern for later. At the moment, our primary concern should be finding it.
You can't fight an enemy you can't see, after all.
Precisely.
All right, I'll head back to the infirmary and let everybody else know.
Please.
How about we set a time to meet back here, just in case? The time we have left until the chromatic doors open is... Let's see...
Quite a bit, actually.
1 hour and 57 minutes.
I think approximately half of that should be enough. When we have 1 hour remaining, we should meet back at the infirmary. Acceptable?
That sounds good to me.
Right, I'll tell the others too.
Good. Let's go. So these are the white doors that Kay and Clover were talking about. And we'll just have to look at those. next time, because we're out of time. All right, I'll be back on Thursday. I might start a little bit earlier than usual, just in case. 'Cause I don't know exactly how long the rest of the game is gonna take off the top of my head. There's one more escape room that we have to do, and then just like an absolute boatload of dialogue. So, on the off chance that that does end up taking more than the usual 3 hours that I go for these, I want to give myself at least a little bit of wiggle room in case it's just a little bit more, but not like 2 whole streams worth more. So that we can just finish it next time. So, yep. Stay tuned for updates on the Twitters and the Blue Skies. But yeah, for now that will be all. So, thank you very much for watching, and until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.